After World War Three.
You and Jesus talk about these things?
No, no.
So how you know that?
Hello, hello, hello. Happy Sabbath. And welcome to Chit Chat with the Guthries. Bum, 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 bum.
Hello.
Happy Sabbath to you.
Welcome. This is our final episode for season 2.
Can you believe it?
Can you believe it? Barna, barna, barna.
That's a real song?
Haroon, I've been singing that song from season 1. Like what?
No. I'm asking if it's a real song.
If it's a real song, all my songs are real song. You must ask if it's an original.
It's an original song.
It is.
Oh, all right.
Sure. Anyways,
Newsflash.
greetings everyone. How you feeling? Season 1 down and dusted. Season 2 down and dusted.
Feel accomplished.
Okay. What was your favorite episode?
And it's so great to have the chat fam here on this journey.
What was your favorite episode?
For season 2? Audit me, of course. Right, Leonie? That's right.
Okay. I didn't have a favorite. But
Wow,
I
how
know what
noble.
their favorite was. Audit Me and Anniversary Special.
Oh,
but we
right.
won't get into that. All right. So, what we're closing out the season with, Haroon?
Are we at war?
Me and you? Always. Daily.
I can tell the people that.
They're not true?
No, we
So-
live in a
So
very
did you
peaceful
ask-
home.
So yeah.
We have a very, very peaceful home. No war boat over here.
Okay. So what are we talking about? War.
Yeah. Have you seen the news lately?
Every day. You know, so I don't really watch the news though.
Why?
That's a you thing. Me can't take the war. Me Haroon, my heart not strong. My heart is not strong for what's coming on the news at this moment.
I mean, there's a lot of war in the world now.
Why is it important for us to know what's happening in the world?
Well, so you can answer general knowledge in the school, but anyways, sorry. Serious, as in serious answer. So you can be aware. You can be aware of the world around and the conditions, and so you can talk to people and relate to them, and connect with them, build conversation, and that you can use it as a launching point to get the gospel in, and to show
okay.
people that while things happen in this world, there is a better one to come. And can walk them through various levels, practical sense, depending on how long you're able to talk and so on. So it's good. It's a nice conversation starter.
Okay, so do you think that there will be a World War III?
Of course.
Do you not think Jesus is going to come back to the world before that? Or
No,
probably
no,
World
after
War
World
III
War
is going to
III.
be... What?
After World War III.
You and Jesus talk about these things?
No.
So how you know that?
I look in the Bible, and I see it.
I mean, nowhere in the Bible where
don't
say it's
hold
going to be World War III. The Bible does say that there will be wars and rumors of wars, but
well,
who
yeah.
knows say it's going to be World War III?
Do you think it's a statement like World War III? But based on my study, I am
You're
where I am
convinced?
now.
Where are you?
I'm highly, highly convinced. It's in the 90s
You're
at
at that
probability
stage by yourself.
that that World War III is coming.
Well,
if you
that's why
study
it say
history,
the Lord
study
will let the
prophecy.
saints sleep before these things come upon us.
Where's that? Where's that? Yeah, man. Who's a sister White say? But bring your receipts. Matthew 24 verse 6 says.
I'll go find me and tell you.
Not a problem. Tell the chat fam, they want to know. Matthew 24 verse 6 says, "And you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled, for these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet." And my mind goes to this phrase of wars and rumors of wars. Every time it seems as if some war is erupting, all of a sudden there's a spike in the interest of Bible prophecy, and wild predictions come out. This is going to happen, that is going to happen, and quite a lot of people make a response and decisions based on fear rather than faith informed decisions anchored and grounded in the Word of God. And so I think that Jesus here in Matthew 24 verse 6, also in Luke 21 verse 9, speaks to the reality that war will occur, especially as we near the close of this old earth's history. But he's trying to say, even though war is going to happen, look beyond that. There are bigger lessons. There are bigger lessons at play.
So is it that the war will bring the world to an end?
No. That's often that's a belief that some people have. You know that the end of the world will be because of war. But the end of the world will not be because of any.
Movie where they no. Okay, no.
No, I never said anything. I was waiting to hear about the movie.
No, as in like you never see some movie yet where like when the world like end and like some big people are come up on the streets and everything just a shut down. You never see the movie there yet?
Yeah, man, that's the whole comic book industry. That's the whole MCU and.
So and so the world like end.
No, but Jesus said it. The end is not yet. In Luke 21:9, he said that the end is not by and by. But for most persons, when you hear this nation against that nation, you think that boy, the world are done. And so what Jesus is trying to say, yes, it's sad, but wars will continue to be a continuing reality. And you'll hear of actual wars that are taking place, and you hear about wars that rumored about to start. So wars are rumors of wars, but those are not the trigger points for the end.
So what is the trigger point for the end if
so
it's not war?
So it's a different kind of war. It's a different kind of war that will end it. So it will not be any.
Give me a little song tune, now, please. Soldiers marching as to war.
Yeah, that's actually a good song selection.
The cross of Jesus.
So it won't be any human war that will end the world.
Okay.
But it's a
We're gonna sing that song
kind
when
of
we win a
war.
war.
I don't know. Maybe when you start singing and see if anybody join you, then you can let me know. Right? So
it joining with me.
No.
Haroon, pause for a moment. Let's go on down imaginary lane, right? A war is coming and the two of us are in the battlefield and I start singing that song. You wouldn't start singing with me?
No, I'll be busy telling you to duck.
Me just sing. I sing my problems away.
Okay. All right. And if
I would say,
you do that,
with
if you do
the
that,
Lord.
yeah, you can respond in the comments. Can we get back to being serious now?
Sorry. All right.
Yeah, we can be serious?
War.
Yeah.
Game
So-
face.
So Matthew 24:14, and this gospel of the kingdom
Haroon, so we should
shall be preached.
Why we never get
in-
some what is it?
Didn't we just say that we were going to be serious?
What is name when they put on in a war?
Good. You don't even know.
Can you
And
tell me,
no, I'm not telling you.
Sure.
Face paint.
Oh, a face paint? Like
Yeah,
really?
face paint.
I don't know. Oh.
No, what we should have done is that we should have opened the episode with a haka.
A what?
The Maori war dance, to intimidate the viewers. But anyways, Matthew 24:14, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. So wars and rumors of wars will not end the world.
Okay.
The preaching of the gospel in all the world,
Will end
that
the
is what
world.
will end this world.
But then the preaching of the gospel will cause war.
It was a different kind of war. It's not war between nation states or war between groups in nation states. It's not armed military conflict. It's more, it's more a war of ideas, the principles of God versus the principles of Satan.
Okay.
Of course, that will have an, if you study Bible prophecy and so on, that will have an element of economic and an economic element to it and a military element to it, and that's where we come to the mark of the beast and so on and so forth. But as to feed into that now, that bigger picture, that is why I, strongly convinced that World War III will occur before the end of the world.
Okay.
All right?
So is war inevitable?
For sinful human beings, yes.
So is there any time that war is justifiable?
That's actually a very tricky question. Yeah, it actually, there's a lot of factors to it. So it depends on what you believe about war. And we have to be honest, because when we go in the Bible does speak of the reality of war. Does speak of war occurring, and I'm sure somebody in the comments are ready to come and tell me that didn't God declare war on individuals and on nation groups, and didn't God declare war on the Canaanites and send the Israelites in there? Didn't God declare war on the Amalekites? Yes, he did. You go in Exodus 15, the Lord is referred to. It says the Lord is his name. The Lord is a man of war. So God refers to himself
As
as
war.
as a man of war and as a mighty warrior, and he fights for his people and so on. So he uses those language and those metaphors. And of course, God is engaged in a war. It's the called the cosmic conflict, the great controversy, the war for human loyalty, the war between righteousness and sin, between God, force of righteousness, versus Satan, force of darkness.
So that means that it can be justified then. You know what I say? Yes.
No, I'm getting there. I'm building my case. I'm
Oh,
building my
sorry.
case because I don't want to give anybody who's watching this heart attack. Because next thing you hear, say, how Pastor Guthries say war justified. But I want to build my case.
Okay, all right, build it. But
When
we don't have
when I
all
read
night
when
to
I
build
read,
the
when I read
case.
Revelation 12, it does say it does say, and there was war in heaven, right? The Michael and the angels fought, the dragon and the angels fought, and the place was found no more in heaven. So the very first occurrence of war in the universe was actually in paradise. The celestial
means
city
that-
where
which means
God dwelt. Was it a military conflict? Was it fist to fist?
Right,
Did
that's
it
what I was
involve
gonna ask,
weapons
like-
and those things? Or was it only a war of ideas? It definitely was a war of ideas. But did it involve much more than that? Open to speculation. Because for every reason that you say yes, there's a reason to say no. But let's not
Get into that.
let's not become enemies over that. But it
Okay.
definitely was a clash of ideas that began there, and a clash of ideas that that continue now. But in the human realm, as long as there's sin in the human heart and we haven't surrendered the sin, war is inevitable.
So it
And
is
there are
inevitable.
times.
So yeah,
and
but
there
you
are
answered the
times.
inevitable question twice.
Is
it
a war
just-
justified? If you have a just cause, yes, war is justified. Because
Okay.
to stop some kinds of overwhelming evil, and I really hope I won't get in trouble with my employers for this statement. To stop some kind of overwhelming evil, war may just be the best solution to it. So if an ethnic group arises to genocide an entire ethnic group, war. It's a extended version of self-defense.
Okay.
I
alright.
see the comments lighting up.
Okay.
But it's
all
fine.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fine.
I never know if we must continue or wrap up or anyways. When you come on to Bible prophecy and war, what's the connection there? Is there a connection? Is it important? What can we find? And even when you're answering that, like, why is it important for us to even be in tune with these things?
Well, remember I said some episode. Well, I've been saying it a number of episodes that I'm currently engaged in this restudy. So I'm restudying Bible prophecy from first principles coming up, and in doing this restudy, I came across this verse. It's a verse, but there's a phrase in the verse. Revelation 11, verse 18. I'll put it on the screen. And the nations were angry. Right? Nations were angry. And their wrath is come. And the nations,
You know what song was
why?
The nations are angry by this we do know.
Right, Jesus coming again.
Jesus is coming again.
And then when I read Revelation,
Which means that the war have to come before Jesus come again.
I happen to believe that. And when I read Revelation 17, verse 14, in fact, verse 13 and 14 says, These have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is Lord of lords and King of kings, and they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. Now, as I'm restudying these verses and I look at it, it seems to me very obvious. It seems very obvious to me, based on Revelation 17, based on Revelation 11, 18, even and it caused me to relook Daniel 2, Daniel 7, Daniel 8 Daniel 11 coming down, that there will be a one world order before the second coming. And this one world order will pit nation states against the principles and truths of God and against the people of God. So, and it is in this context of the nation states arrayed with the religious forces of evil to eradicate that seek to eradicate God's truth, where God's remnant is defending his truth. Not only is it a war of ideas between Bible truth versus devil's doctrines, it also will escalate into an economic war. That's why God's faithful can't buy or sell. And it will escalate into a military war. That is why they will seek to eradicate God's faithful people.
Makes sense.
And in the context of this one world order, in the last days, Jesus steps in. His wrath is come. And the nations of the world become his because he breaks them. He defeats them in war. So, but to get to that one world order, as I restudied history, especially as I was reading and studying about the Napoleonic Wars, French Revolutionary Wars, Napoleonic
why
Wars.
you study them something?
Because I'm restudying Bible prophecy. There are things. So in the Seventh Adventist Church, there are things interpretations that you're given about Bible prophecy, and some people reject it because it make no sense. Others just take it and don't investigate it. But I'm asking the question: why do we teach this about Bible prophecy? Why? How do we get to this position? And I realize that I'm asking this question and nobody's able to answer me, so I have to go search for myself. So then, as in searching for myself, I was able to see a bit more as to why our pioneers would teach it the way they taught, but also I could see that the pioneers left the work unfinished. They were not able to connect all the dots. So it's our generation now that needs to, finish it. And one of the things I realized in going through that research, when the Napoleonic Wars ended in 1815, there was an international order that was established. And that caused peace to be in the world, relatively, no big major conflict, for about 99 years, from 1815 to 1914. So whenever there's a major conflict, international order gets reorganized. So you have World War I, 1914, 1918. The League of Nations emerged from it. Then you had World War II, 1939 to 1945. When World War II ended, that is when the current international order that we live in, where the 5 victorious nations from World War II, they hold the permanent seats at the UN Security Council. They are the movers and shakers. Those 5 countries are the core of the G8. When those countries, they meet every year and they set the tone internationally and set the policy. So whenever there's a major war, the international order gets reshuffled, a new order emerges, and new powers are added. Some nations fall out of power, like Germany fell out of power hard after World War II, and new nations, consolidate power or get into power. And that's how we move from the US, being an emerging power in the 1890s, coming now to be a dominant power after the end of World War II. So if you follow the pattern, major war end, reshuffling, new order established. That pattern has repeated number of times. And so I believe, based on Revelation 17:14, for that new order to be in place, there must be a major global war that will reshuffle the deck and will set the stage in which the remnant find themselves.
Okay. So what would you say is the role of the Adventist Church in all of this?
Our part is, we witness, because I think we have an opportunity to sabotage the new world order.
How we have that opportunity?
Through the gospel. Not just proclaiming it, but actually living it. Because we be able now to put a wrench in their plans. Right? Give a contending idea.
Can we actually put a wrench in the plan though if technically that is supposed to happen? If you get what I mean, you understand?
No, we can, because when we live the gospel, we proclaim it. Not everybody's going to believe us right away, We see the fact that we proclaim it, we sow a seed of truth in their minds. So when they see the major conflict transpiring, they will say, but wait, what these people said were true. Because they were able to unveil what was coming. And when we highlight the issues and we show people where it is going, your civil liberties are going to be restricted. The economic system is going to be reorganized. Military positions are going to be realigned. And one way or other is going to come, your sovereignty and territorial integrity will mean nothing. When we show people these things, they will not believe right away. But when they see it happen, ideologically, we would have won and would have captured their hearts, and the prevailing system will lose their support. So we may not be able to stop the system from coming in, but we can subtract support from the system. And that's why I say we have an opportunity to sabotage. So like we are so in truth like a time bomb that will go off and will pull out support from the system and it give people a chance at salvation. So they may be fighting an economic war and a military war, but we are fighting an information war. And information war always is more important than those other wars. So that's where I think the thing lies.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a bit weird, but I'd invite anybody to come along on this Bible prophecy journey. Restudy the thing, because the whole way of how we teach and present, done. You not get nobody.
So what else you want to tell us about war? Because you look like you have a lot in your brain that you want to get out.
Maybe it's so much time. Maybe I need another deep dive and we can get into it. But I think this there must be a reason for Jesus to point out that there will be wars and rumors of wars. There must be a reason why he said, don't let it trouble you, don't let it distract you, because it's not the end. Those who view this world as it, they see war as the end. It is what we need to have to get to where we want to.
To the end.
But the Christian now is looking beyond that. So Jesus is trying to get us to see where he is pointing.
I get you.
See where he's pointing. And it is the gospel. It's the gospel that will bring the end. Proclaiming it and living it. That is what will bring the end. And the remnant must know that it's information war. It's information war. We will never have the drones and the tanks and the sophisticated military equipment. We don't need it. We have the Bible. And that's all we need. Information
so
war.
When you start to take away Bible?
Well, it better be in our heads.
Oops.
So we can tell people what it says and we can tell people what it does not say. Right? Information war. So that's where I think the crux of the matter really is, and for us to get connected.
So if we were supposed to like encourage somebody who wants to read more into this, is there a particular book in the Bible or probably a Spirit of Prophecy book or probably just a book that you'd encourage folks to read?
In terms of Bible books, I don't know if members, who are watching this now. Well, I'm saying members in this pastor mode. Folks who are watching this. People watching
individuals.
This. Yeah, individuals. The viewers who are watching this. I don't know if you're intimidated by the books of Daniel and Revelation. But, you can perhaps give it a try. And, maybe if you say, are you not ready for that yet? I would invite you to read through Matthew 24. The same thing is in Luke 21. And the same thing is in Mark 13.
So Matthew 24, Luke 21,
Luke 21, Mark 13. That's just one chapter. If you read all three, that's 3 chapters, and that gives you a nice perspective. And in terms of another book now outside of the Bible, is a book that my auntie wrote, and it's called The Great Controversy. And I just want to stimulate your reflection on this by this statement from page 589. Satan delights in war, for it excites the worst passions of the soul, and then sweeps into eternity its victims steeped in vice and blood.
Wow.
So Satan loves to cause wars, because when he causes wars, the probability of people dying without salvation increases. And she continues, it is his object, it is Satan's object to incite the nations to war against one another, for he can thus divert the minds of the people from the work of preparation to stand in the day of God. So we need to talk about war, because wars actually are a means of Satan to rob people of their salvation. And wars actually is a means of Satan to prevent people from being prepared for Jesus' second coming. So we need to bear that in mind. We need to bear that in mind.
What a way to wrap up the season. You have anything else to share? In a deeper dive.
Yeah,
in a deeper dive, man.
So when deep dive launches, give it a try.
Yeah.
Give it a try. We'll be looking at this and so much more in deep dive, and look forward to having you on the journey. It's been good for season 2. And
tell us in the comments what was your favorite episode this season, And, we're taking a little break, not a long break, just a little break, and you'll see us again in season 3.
But once again, we end by asking,
What will we talk about next? Ta-ta!